Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Story Orchard. Here, stories are not just for fun. They also make your English listening and reading vocabulary better. Before we start, make sure to hit subscribe for new adventurous stories, and tell me in the comments, which words did you learn, and where in the world are you listening from? I love reading your comments. I live in California. And this is the story of the night that changed everything for me. It was supposed to be just another ordinary shift at the small diner where I work. I had cleaned tables, served customers, smiled at strangers, and by the time my shift ended, it was past midnight. My legs ached from standing all day, but the thought of driving home in my old silver Honda Civic gave me comfort. That car was not just transportation. It was freedom, the reward of years of saving every dollar, my pride and my lifeline. As I walked into the quiet parking lot under the flickering yellow streetlight, I felt a sense of relief that soon I would be home. But when I reached the spot where I always parked my car, my chest tightened. The space was empty. My car was gone. At first I thought maybe I was too tired and had forgotten where I parked. I walked back and forth scanning the rows like a madman. But the truth hit me like a punch in the stomach. Someone had stolen my car. My hands trembled as I pulled out my phone and dialed 911. The operator spoke in a calm professional voice, asking me to describe what happened. Within 15 minutes, a police cruiser pulled up, and an officer stepped out with a notebook in hand. He asked me routine questions. Did I lock the doors? Did I leave the keys inside? Had I seen anyone suspicious around? My throat tightened as I told him the car was locked, and the keys were in my pocket the whole time. The officer nodded, but his expression told me he didn't expect the car to be found. He said cars like mine were easy to steal and often stripped for parts within hours. His words felt like knives cutting into my chest. I wanted to believe this was a nightmare, but it was painfully real. He handed me a case number and told me not to get my hopes up too high. That night, Jenna, my coworker, drove me home. I tried to thank her, but my voice broke because deep inside I knew everything in my life had just been derailed. Without that car, I was stranded. How was I going to get to work? How would I pay rent? How would I survive? Lying in bed that night, I couldn't sleep. Every sound outside made me jump. Every car passing on the street made me rush to the window hoping to see mine. At 3 a.m. my phone buzzed with a notification from my bank. My card had been used at a gas station 20 miles away. My pulse spiked. Whoever stole my car was still out there using it. I immediately called the police again and gave them the update. They promised to send a unit. An hour later, a detective called saying the cameras showed a man in a hoodie filling up my car, but his face was covered. He was gone before they arrived. My chest felt heavy with helpless rage. Days turned into a blur of fear and frustration. I missed shifts because I had no way to travel across the city. My boss gave me warnings. My landlord demanded rent I couldn't pay. And every day I replayed the same thought in my head. Who took my car and why me? On the 5th day, the detective called again. They had found my car in an abandoned lot at the edge of the city. My heart leapt with hope. But when I got there, that hope shattered instantly. My car was stripped bare. Tires gone. Stereo ripped out. Seats torn apart. It was a skeleton on bricks. I stood frozen, staring at the wreckage of what once was my freedom. The detective muttered that there were no prints, no leads, no suspects. Just another case. I wanted to scream, but no words came. I went home broken. The insurance payout was small and nowhere near enough to buy a new car. Bills piled up. Furniture was sold. My life shrank into bus rides that stole hours from my day. One night while walking back from the bus stop, I saw it. A silver Honda Civic pulling into a driveway just 2 blocks from my apartment. My pulse spiked. The dent on the rear bumper looked exactly like mine. I followed at a distance and saw a man in a hoodie step out and glance around. My hands shook as I snapped a picture and sent it to the detective. My heart raced with hope that maybe I had found him. Hours later, the detective called and shattered me again. The VIN number didn't match. It wasn't my car. My knees went weak, because for one moment I believed justice was possible, that the thief could be caught, that I could reclaim my life. But justice never came. The world moved on while I stayed broken. Friends stopped checking in. The police never called back. And I was left with nothing but fear, suspicion, and anger. To this day, every time I pass a silver Honda Civic, my chest aches. I still wake up in the middle of the night thinking I hear my car pulling into the driveway. I still lock my apartment door with shaking hands, praying nothing else will be stolen from me. Because that night wasn't just about losing a car. It was about losing trust. Trust in safety. Trust in people. Trust in life itself. And this is how my world was shattered the night my car was stolen.